Hi, I have part 2 of dealing with the solar debacle, and I wanted to clear a name. Solar World is not affiliated with Solar Pros. It's a whole different thing. I talked to Jane. She is also she's dealing with just two things. She deals with the solar company, and she's customer support, and she's also dealing with the warranty. That means if your solar panel through time, it has problems, through Solar World, they will replace it. It does have a 25-year, and she had looked at all the paperwork, which she said that where it says old here, it's their old logo, what they use, They might also use it, a company that goes with that logo could also, use that. They're number 6 from what Jane told me at Solar World in the whole thing, the solar, in Nevada. Now, Perumpians, I want to warn you, get more than one quote. I thought, well, it's my friend's friend, and, I'm pretty much, they should give me a good quote. $1,000 per panel, including with insulation and everything, out the door, when you're dealing with where it's still hooked up to the electric company. Now, it's a whole lot more if you want to go off the grid. My dad has a huge house over in Michigan, and it cost him well over, it was a good 20 grand, because you're paying for the batteries, and the batteries are a big thing, and it was a lot more money. I'm going to put in, it should be in the information in which you are hearing about. I will put in the phone number in which you can call Solar World if you have any questions. If you're dealing with this company and they're telling you they're Solar World and they're telling you you have to buy from them or you don't get a 25-year guarantee, that's bullshit. You can buy from anybody. If they deal with Solar World, that's who you're going to have your warranty dealt with. They are an independent contractor. Solar World is an independent contractor. They're not, it's like, I don't know why a person like this would take and run my credit 12 times because of the fact he really wanted the 70 grand. That's literally $10,000 per solar panel. And that's way too much. You should spend $1,000 with installation. That's what Jane said. You're spending way too much. So it's a good thing that, that I didn't get it. But the bad thing is now I'm going to have to go to the State Attorney General's office. I'm going to have to go to the Contractors Board. I am going to have to go to the Better Business Bureau because I don't even know, at this point, I don't even know if they're qualified, saying that they have, they're using, let me find it here, going through my papers. I don't think they're accredited through the Better Business Bureau. I really don't. So I need to know if they're accredited through the Better Business Bureau because they're such a new company. They are a new company. They are independent contractors. They are not. This is maybe the company itself who makes it, but the company here, it doesn't have the Better Business Bureau. The company that is Solar World, the Solar World has the Better Business Bureau. They are great service. They give you great, information. But the whole point is when you're dealing with this company, oh, I don't know. I mean, when my husband would call, no answer. And they ran my credit 12 times. And you got a lot of people who are mad at me thinking that I'm being real bad with, Doug. But when your credit goes down over 60 points, you're like, what's going on? I work really hard. I feel like this guy's like, does he know my birth mother? Running my credit and saying, well, do it, in January. Tell people the truth and have good communications. There's no communications with this guy. He's a big BS artist who is a used car salesman, as far as I'm concerned. He's just acts that way. He's just not a nice person. You don't put, and it's questionable when somebody has, confidentiality of my personal information. Even if his daughter heard it, it should not be told to other people. And that's what's going on. So everyone in Pahrump, if you've had to deal with this guy, his daughter knows your credit history and everything, and she's going to blab it to anyone if you are not liked by her. It's an obvious. And that's just the truth of it, because I found out. My friend who worked with me said, "Oh yeah, you're not going to get your solar panels," and I'm like, "Why not?" She knew before I knew. So let me tell you this: anyone that runs a business like that, don't deal with them. I'm just going to be honest with you. Call other people. There are some other really good solar companies in Vegas, but they are just as good. Just because they're in Pahrump doesn't make it any better. I hate to say this, but they'll charge you what. Let's just put it this way: if you're dealing where it's still hooked up to the electric company and they buy your sun power, it should cost no more than $7,000. So I could have bought my house and 6 other houses on the block of solar. And being that it's not a big street and it's dead end, it's almost my whole block. So obviously he's overcharging, and people, please get more than one estimate. Get at least 3. Now on, I've learned my lesson. I will get more than one estimate. I will not sit there and give them enough firing power to check my credit. I'd rather have a dealings with somebody who has a good credibility. This company does not. Whoops, it's upside down. This company does not. So please, Pahrumpians, if you have any questions, call 1-503-844-3414. They will give you your information. Talk to Jane. She's wonderful. I wanted to clear SolarWorld's, their whole thing, clear them up, because Solar Pros, they suck. They suck. Out of 1 to 10, they're getting a -10. They're getting -10 Steffi points. They're not good. And I'm telling you this because I care about you. I don't care how many, people I'm pissing off at this moment. I do not want to find an elderly person, someone fixed income, someone who's trying to make their life a little better, screwed. So they get 10 minus Steffi points, and that's the way it goes. All right, I'm out. Have a happy Pahrumpian day.